It is exactly 3 after 10 o'clock, and this is our final interview of the morning. We cross over to Eswatini. We'll be talking with Lukhele. He is with the Swaziland Solidarity Network, and he is here to talk to us about after the verbal attack by journalist. Eswatini plans to redesign in how citizens are to be informed. A very good morning to you, Lucky Lukhele. Welcome to the program, and give us a bit of context to what exactly happened here. What was this verbal attack all about against the government? And are you and the Swaziland Solidarity Network uh, really convinced that the way the government will now interact with the media will be in the best interest of the people in Eswatini? Lucky, are you there? Can you hear me?
Morning to you and good morning to the listeners.
All right. Would you like to respond to my opening question, please?
Yes, well, there is nothing new really in Swaziland. The threat by the Swazi government, and particularly the Prime Minister, to threaten journalists that they will introduce those draconian laws. They are laws already. You remember that the journalist in question who had this interaction with the Prime Minister, the heated exchange that happened a week ago. He himself spent more than 400 days in prison in Swaziland for merely writing an opinion piece in his publication together with the late Tulan Masego. So what will be happening here? It is sort of like a continuation of the oppression of the people of Swaziland, because as in when it suits the Swazi government, internet is switched off for the citizen if there are sensitive issues. For instance, you remember that during the massacre, which shocked the whole world, where the Swazi security forces killed more than 100 and injured more than 500 citizens, the internet was also subjected, the citizens subjected to internet blackout. So therefore, there will be nothing new. The Swazi media, in actual fact, there is no independent media in Swaziland. Even the leafy space that these ones have, they are not really independent because they are forced systematically to report positively on government. And if you do not report positively, the publication will not get adverts from government parastatals and government institutions. So therefore, already there is that law that oppresses journalists.
So now, in a statement, government spokesperson Alpheus Kumalo has said that the editor of the Nation magazine, Becky Makubu, meted a verbal attack and in the process brought the name of King Mswati III into a discussion that had nothing to do with him during the Editors Forum breakfast meeting. And I think based on that, the government is now contemplating shutting down the country's Editors Forum after, of course, this article that or during this breakfast meeting when this was actually stated.
And what I can tell you about Mr. Ngumalo, I can really equate him to the government, the Zionist government of Israel that is butchering the Palestinian people currently
Right.
as we speak. He is a supernatural liar, lying to present and twist facts. No facts can change that Israel, Zionist regime, is murdering the people of Palestine daily or every hour, injuring children. Therefore, the same applies with Alfred in Swaziland. There is no matter how they hide behind that Begima Kubu had a heated exchange with the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister himself lied and promised this journalist that he will bring the Minister of Information and Technology in Swaziland. Now, it has come out that he has a personal vendetta with that minister. They are fighting. The only power that it does not have is to fire the minister, because that power lies with the king. If it were for the prime minister, that minister would long been reshuffled as we speak. So now the journalists were asking a genuine question to say, when are you bringing the Minister of Information? Because we also want to have an interaction with her. You promised us last time. I'm trying to interpret, because half of the video or the comments that Belimakubu made were in Swati and with a little bit mixture of English. So that's exactly what happened. So Mr. Numa cannot then come and insult your beautiful station that we love so much, Islam Media, and lie. It's actually, if there would be law international, you'll be charged with high treason. But because we don't have those powers to do that, you will continue lying and insulting our president, and that's unfortunate.
Okay, and now according to this briefing, we understand there's an ongoing fight between the state and the media over freedom of speech. It's a battle that's been going on for a while now, and it also includes the courts, which, according to the media, are suggesting that the courts are extremely hostile towards the media. And of course, the authorities want the media to operate on their terms. So obviously, some of you, the media, are resisting this. Is that true?
For instance, yeah, it is true. That basically, you cannot. You need to link the attack on the journalists and media, general Swaziland, to the broader strategy, because the reason why they're doing it, Swaziland has the longest state of emergency in the world. That is 51 years old. You will remember that in 1973, that's when King Sokuza wake up and criminalized all form of political activity in Swaziland. In fact, to wear some T-shirts of political organization, it's a crime in that country. So this law, this draconian law that they want to introduce, it is not independent or separate from that. It is part and parcel of a dictator that is desperate to cling into power at all costs. So what the journalists must do now, you will remember that we have Sveli Martin Dlamini, who is currently in exile, running an independent newspaper, because they wanted him dead or alive. Now he is in exile in South Africa, running his online newspaper, continuing to do that. But now, if Mr. Numalo, he will then want us to believe his lies. What has then forced Mr. Sveli Martin Dlamini to be in exile in South Africa, to run away from his home country, to even sacrifice and live his comfortable life in Swaziland and be in a foreign country and be a refugee?
Okay, so during the Editors Forum breakfast meeting, Makubu said that Dlamini told journalists, and I quote here, to be patriotic and report only positively on the government. And that's exactly what you had indicated right at the beginning of the interview.
Well, it's very, very ironic. In most dictators, they always hide around the word patriotism when it suits them. Patriotism, as far as I understand, it firstly must be understood by the king. The king has stolen more than $2 billion in Swaziland, and this money is hidden all over the world. Some in the Arab world, some in America and England. This money was stolen from the people. If, for instance, that money can be brought back to the country, it can change the education of an innocent of each and every young Swazi there. It can also change the healthy system that has collapsed completely in Swaziland. That's unpatriotism of the king. So I think if Numalo wants to teach us about patriotism, he should start with the king and the king's family, because those are the ones that are using money. Just not long ago, Jacob Zuma's daughter, who has just joined the king's harem now, to be 16 wives, has just been given a new Maybach a car. This car costs more than 15 million rand with the extras that it has. That's unpatriotism. to the citizens of Swaziland. So if Nxumalo wants to teach patriotism, the patriotism must start at the royal residence where King Mswati is residing.
I'm going to wrap up now and just share two statements with you, and you can just add on to that. We understand that in February this year, Dlamini began his term of office with a threat to regulate the media. He vowed to enact the Media Commission Bill to maintain a tight grip on the media space. But according to reports, to Reporters Without Borders, Eswatini, as an absolute monarchy, prevents journalists from working freely and independently. Do you agree with all of that?
Yes, we fully agree with that. Another thing that one can add is this fellow that is masquerading as the Prime Minister in Swaziland, Russell Dlamini. Just a few weeks when he was appointed as Prime Minister, the first institution that he attacked the Auditor General in Swaziland, people that are highly respected internationally, just for releasing a report of an institution that he, Dlamini, used to have, which is a parastatal of government that was dealing with issues of climate change and drought and all of those things, where he misused funds in millions, more than 50 million that he stole and used together with the king. So when the general published the report, what Mr. Russell was expecting that the auditor will then edit the report to suit or to cover the corruption that Dlamini might have committed whilst he was in that department that he was setting before he was given this serious responsibility that he's currently in. Another thing is that this current fellow, he does not understand the basics of politics, let alone governance. That's why he sounds like a person that is too excited, and he responds in the manner that he's responding. He makes basic diplomacy in him. I guess even the mental development needs to be added in him, because I don't believe that he's properly developed, because there's no way that you can engage, no matter how provoking the question may be from the journalist, but insulting and also raising your temper, it's unheard of from a government leader.
Lucky Lukhele, Swaziland Solidarity Network, thank you indeed for your time and talking with us this morning. You keep safe and God bless. Thank you once again and goodbye.
Thank you very much. We just want to add one thing to the people of Palestine, that we are in solidarity with them, if they are listening.
We appreciate that. We too push the Palestinian agenda. We are all about humanitarian journalism, so we value your comments and your support for the Palestinian people. Thank you. Go well, be safe. And of course, thank you to our listeners and viewers this morning for your company. From me till next Monday morning at the same time, as always, Assalamu alaikum and Khuda Hafiz from me, Julie Ali.